ただいまの決まり手ははたき込み。はたき込みで桐生校の勝ち。
はっきよいはっきよい大相撲はっきよいはっきよい大相撲
Hello, welcome to Sumo Mainichi's Juryo stream for Aki Basho Day number 1. Sumo's back. Woohoo.
Happy Shonichi to you.
Thank you.
Happy Shonichi to the sumo community around the world, both inside Japan and outside Japan. My name's Dave. I'm here with Amy. This is our Juryo live stream. On your screen at the moment, we see the second last, the penultimate bout.
Nice.
Took me a long time. I reckon I was well into my 20s before I understood what penultimate meant.
There are a few words like that,
Yeah.
aren't there? Where it's just like, well, pen doesn't mean anything.
Doesn't do
out of
anything.
that.
Doesn't do anything to a word.
Nah, doesn't help.
Doesn't
Ultimate,
help.
I understand.
Sure. Sure. You get there.
Yeah.
Don't put the word ultimate in a word that is not the ultimate. Come up with a new word.
Well, I think the pen modifies it. It's a modifier.
Well, I pen agree with you.
Just before the agreement, are you?
That wasn't quite
Just
right.
one before the agreement? Fair enough.
Completely wrong. Thank you for joining us on Sumo Mainichi today. Juryo Day 1, the Basho taking place in Tokyo, Japan on your screen at the moment. The lady in pink, Daiamami. Daiamami. Super fan as we take our second last penultimate bout. Shimanoumi up against Hitoshi.
Hello to Hazel, who's here for us, with us for Juryo, the best division, I'd say. We love it.
Isn't it?
We love it.
Yeah.
We love our Juryo mates. Thanks so much for being with us as we wait for this bout to get going.
Yeah, a lot of mind games going on here, but, well, a lot of retreating from Shimanoumi and some beautiful work there by Hitoshi. Gives a little wry smile to the back row at the Kokugikan today. Knows he got a little bit lucky there.
That's right. Good sumo smile. I love seeing the feelings come through more and more these days. You see a little bit of fist pumping, a little bit of excitement when someone wins.
Welcome, Blake. Great to have you from Southern California. Beautiful
Whoa,
part of the
cool.
world. You're up very, very late. Hope you don't have to work tomorrow.
On Sunday. No. Yes.
Yes.
Sunday.
Well, no,
My Australian mind just wigged out at time differences.
in America, it's Saturday there.
Yeah,
right?
that's cool. The sumo starting on Saturday night, I do think that's a thing. We never have that. Obviously, it's always Sunday afternoon
Yeah.
for us, which is also a thing. A cool time to have sumo kick off. But Saturday night, that's a vibe. If you can stay up that late.
We are quite fortunate in Australia with time zones. The sumo is on early afternoon. We're an hour or two out from Japan at most times of the year. Yeah, and I do enjoy that we don't have to stay up too late. You've done some cricket commentary before.
Oh, yeah. When we
and-
did the Ashes, when it's in England. And we've done a bit of stuff in the subcontinent as well. And you're up in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
So I get watching sports in the middle of the night. I've got up heaps actually for soccer as well during
Really?
previous
Yeah.
World Cups,
Yeah.
like a while ago, not so much now. But here we see
Here we
Onosho.
go. Onosho, interesting. Onosato.
Onosato.
Yeah.
Onosho.
He
Good
does-
start from me.
Great start. Now, this is our last Makushita bout. A man on your left
Yes.
who is an old friend of Sumo Mainichi, Hidenoumi. At Makushita too, he's knocking on the door.
Hate seeing his hair like this. No special flair.
Yeah.
No. Nothing for him here as he comes up against Yuma, who has also had a try in Juryo. He's going forward. He looks strong there. He just pushed Yuma straight out. So that's a first up win for Hidenoumi. He'll be looking to get back into Juryo, you have to think. He's got the double sock on. Sumo socks? Oh no, it looked like socks.
Well, he's got the knee strapping on.
It
Looks like he's got long socks on.
It looked like there was taping all the way up when he was down off the doya. There was some trick of the light. Like he had mesh up his legs to support the calves. Sumo socks.
Welcome to the stream, Cory, Salt City Sumo. So great to have you here.
Hi, Cory.
Sigi, hello. Great to have so many friends. Monster Dong 420. Sumo Punks.
In the house.
Hello. Tim Sumo.
So great.
We
Hello,
are blessed
everyone.
to have what is the cream of the crop of Western Sumo thought leaders in the chat today.
This is it, right?
Yeah, this is it.
We run
This is
the Western Sumo Club. All of us.
Well, no, I think we are merely the administrators.
Yeah.
The real.
It flows through us.
It flows through
All
us.
of us.
We just bring the great thinkers together, and they tell us what to think. Well, let's get ready for Juryo. Big day one. We've got some huge matchups to kick us off, and this very first one we have Tsukahara up against Tenshoho. Tell us about the man on the screen at the moment.
Well, he's changed his name. He's Shikona. He used to be, and this is the last time I'm going to say it. I'm going to have a internal getting rid of his previous name, Mukai Nakano. It's gone now. He is now Tenshoho to me. I've got to remember that from now ongoing. He is from Miyagino Bayer, and he's been going very well. He's been in sumo since 2021, and he's rocked it. Finally up to Juryo, please.
I'm just so excited.
I know, go for it.
I am
Tsukahara.
so excited to talk about Tsukahara, who today is at Makushita 1, visiting in Juryo today. But
He nearly got up. He was in everyone's calculations. Maybe he was going to make it. He went 6-1, but couldn't quite make it past these giants.
it's a matter of time, isn't it, for this young man, the 23-year-old from Saitama in Japan. Really set the sumo world on fire after his car park sumo debut. January 2018, well, they were different times.
Yeah.
Different sumo times. Burst onto the scene with a 6-1 Jonakuchi Yusho, and then in March, the Jonidan Yusho. Since then, I think you would describe his sumo as workmanlike.
Oh, yeah.
Has been up at this Makushita 1 position before, but bombed out at 3 and 5. But something tells me it's time for this young man.
Well, he'll be very keen today, and some love for him in the chat. Very keen today to kick off Aki Basho with a win. It's been called. They are about to go.
Well, you can feel the excitement from the Tokyo crowd today, can't you? They are ready for Juryo.
Come on, fire up, Tokyo. Fire up. It's Juryo. Best division.
Tenshoho down first, but you can feel that there's some mind games going on here. Tsukahara down first. Tenshoho makes him wait, and that one's pulled up. An absolute dog's breakfast of a preparation there.
Shows the nerves, perhaps.
Well, I wonder. I think Tenshoho knows exactly what he's doing, and I think he's trying to
Playing the
intimidate
field. Yeah.
his less experienced opponent. And here, with the mental dominance, Tenshoho, you'd think should clean up quickly. Tenshoho goes underneath, locks the arms up of Tsukahara, and absolutely demolishes his opponent, sending him down. How did you see
He went
that
down.
one?
Tsukahara. He was the one who crumbled, went down onto the knee.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Just pushed down there.
Just the sheer force of sumo that Tenshoho delivered was too much for his knees there. But very clever. You can see the right hand on the throat, the Norowa grip. completely starving Tsukahara's sumo brain of oxygen there, and he was forced to collapse down to the dirt. So a great way for Tenshoho to christen that new name.
Tenshoho moving the right arm. He's got the strapping on the elbow. It doesn't look strong. Looks like there's a bit of an issue there, but he used it to push down Tsukahara, so that was a good sign for him. Hopefully it didn't do too much to the elbow, but this is a massive bout here. Onosato against Asakoryu. Now these guys went to university together. They went to the Nippon Sports Science University. Not together, they both went to it. And together with Takahashi as well, they were presented with new Keshomawashi from their alma mater in the lead up to this Basho. And they have fought, they've got an extensive history together. They fought at school together. A bit of interplay between them, bit of wrestling style back and forth before this Basho. But
I wonder whether that rivalry extended to their scientific studies, if you know what I mean.
Like, who operated the Bunsen burner best?
It's a great question.
Who unearthed more dinosaur skeletons?
I don't know a lot about sports science.
Yeah.
How is the Bunsen burner used in this case?
Yeah, to make, you know, when you combine two chemicals together. I actually did a physics degree. Why do I sound like I don't know anything about science these days?
Well, I mean,
you 200 years ago.
You know a lot about science. I don't know how much you know about sports science.
Well, I know about Bunsen burners.
Well, and that's my question. What's the application of Bunsen burners in sports science?
We're making compounds to apply to the body to make it stronger.
Interesting.
Gels.
Gels.
You could whip up a gel with a Bunsen burner.
Okay. I love this.
Thank you.
Onosato on the left is coming in at Juryo 14. He's only 23 years old as we see a Bema TV activate the trial of the split screen.
Yes.
Interesting to apply it so early, though, on the second bout.
Well, this is the respect they're giving to Juryo, you see.
True.
They're using the trial for Juryo. They're using the 5 minutes of split screen they have for this bout, which shows how important it is. Onosato representing Nishonoseki Beya. He's tall. We were surprised at how tall he was. We haven't noticed. We knew he was massive, but
192 centimeters tall. He's a very, very tall boy. 177 kilos. Onosato.
Asakoryu ex Ishizaki, the muscles ready to go. He's amped up. Kicks away a bit of salt. Onosato already down. Back from the Shikiri-sen. Far back. He's waiting. He smashes forward, but Asakoryu jumps out of the way and Onosato doesn't wait for a single second before powering back at him and yeeting him. It's an accepted word of the use of the word yeet here off the doyo.
I didn't mind Asakoryu's approach here. He's facing up against a much bigger opponent, trying to slip around the side of the Tachi-ai, as we will see on the replay here. Probably his only chance. He had to win it straight out, but as we'll see, Onosato responded very, very quickly, very efficiently. And I think this would explain why Asakoryu was coming off the longer run-up, really needed to generate some speed. I mean, it wasn't the cleanest sumo from Onosato as we see him crash down.
You would not want him to land on you.
No, absolutely not.
Well, maybe a few people. That Shimpan was taken out there. Couldn't see who it was. So we speak a lot about Americans being up late to watch the sumo, but we have someone in here who is up very early. Scalidro Man. It's 6 a.m, so that's Europe somewhere. Maybe you said. I can't see it. Up early. We've got people in every part of their day here to watch sumo. That's what's so great about it. We all come together for Juryo. And the third super exciting bout to kick off Juryo. They really... whoa! Shiko from Keho. We'd forgotten about it because he was out of last Basho with that foot injury. You can see it all taped up there on the left foot. He comes up against Takahashi from Ishonoseki.
Yeah, I mean, this is a brave piece of programming. Absolutely front load the Torakumi in Juryo. Give us the bouts that people really, really care about. And this rounds out the triptych of bouts. Keho up against Takahashi. Keho coming off that injury that saw him sit out the final 4 days of the July Basho. So much to like about this Rikishi, and the little fact we see on the screen that just popped off there that he's known as the tiny Hakuho.
Oh.
It's a lot of pressure on a young man.
Well, it is, and I guess there's just so many superstars in this Miyakino Bear that, everyone can't be the next Hakuho. Like, who is going to succeed here? We've seen Hakuoho go out Kyujo because of his injuries, but maybe Keho here can be the replacement excitement machine. Takahashi on the other side, 24 years old, has powered through the ranks. He's only lost 8 times in his career. He got presented with not only his new Kesho Mawashi from the Nippon Sport Science University for correct use of a Bunsen burner, but he also got a new one which was 3 figure 8s I saw in the picture in a field of 16 white stars on a red background.
What
Now,
does that mean?
I don't think you've seen this picture, so
No.
how are you picturing this?
Well, my first question is, are they definitely the numeral 8, or are they 3 infinity signs?
Yeah. Well, they're up this way. They're up the 8 way.
Okay,
So they'd
right.
be 90-degree flipped infinity signs.
Okay.
And also, what does 3 times infinity mean?
Great
'Cause
question.
That doesn't...
A lot for us to
doesn't work.
think about as we go into this bout now. The Gyoji points the gunbai forward. Keho v Takahashi. Keho, little mata just to break the tension that you could cut with a knife. Everyone breathes a sigh of relief, especially the man on your screen, Takahashi. Knows that Keho is probably faster. Probably has a better sumo mind, some would say. Keho goes straight at Takahashi, looking to get inside, jumps away to his left, continually attacking Takahashi, but here Takahashi locks up Keho and moves him over the bales. Great sumo from Takahashi.
Would you like a hand back on the doyo? Well, he can't have the hand yet because he's in the 7th row.
Good to see very early on in Juryo a few Rikishi getting out and meeting the people.
Yeah. A few handshakes in the audience there. Somebody helping Keho actually back up onto his feet. He was sprawled out into those front rows. But good work from both Rikishi here, I have to say. Keho jumping away, that's clever there, allowing him to come back from a different angle and try and take Takahashi off balance. But Takahashi, he spread those legs wide. Look at those thighs. He was not going anywhere. Look at those shoulder muscle bits. Like, that was good work from him.
I think Takahashi would be very, very happy with his performance today. As you said, looks super balanced. Watched Keho very, very carefully, maintained control. Great way for him to say hello, Juryo, with a win on day 1.
So very much 3 exciting bouts to kick off Juryo. We had Tenshoho beating Tsukahara up from Makushita. Onosato came out on top against Asakoryu. That was the first time that he's beaten him in professional sumo. Very exciting there. And we just saw Takahashi beat Keho. And now we move into, well, I'm excited about Tokihayate. And when he was announced in the Juryo Doyo Iri, there are a lot of people calling out for him, actually. From Tokitsukaze Beya, he might be a popular Rikishi, I think, Tokihayate.
Well, I mean, there's a lot to like about this young man. And obviously, your Tokyo sumo crowds come with a level of sophistication, a level of understanding that perhaps their, well, I'm saying this in air quotes, regional counterparts don't have. But they see Tokihayate, they see the Shodai polish, and they know what that could mean.
He's second time up in Juryo. He came in May at Juryo 14. Went 6-9, went back down, won the Yusho, and has made a huge entrance back at Juryo 11. So this is his highest rank, Tokihayate. And for day one, he comes up against Shimanoumi.
Well, and just a note to say that this stream we are taking is playing some ads, and we make a conscious choice not to support these products and or services. Although that movie they just showed, the trailer for that looked very, very exciting.
If anyone's watched that, let us know.
Yeah, Blue Beetle. Wow. In cinemas now.
Hello to everyone we've missed. There's so many people in here. The Juryo legends, the people who value great sumo at this time of day. Welcome. May, I saw that you were in here. So many other people. It's hard to say some of the Twitch names. I'm not a Twitch streamer, so I can't say like Twitch names like PBJ.
PBJ. Let's just say PBJ.
PB. I mean, you're in here often, so like, hello. Thank you. Welcome. Goose, how are you? Fellow Australian.
Now, we had a quick look at the weather in Tokyo at the moment. Still extremely hot.
Yeah.
It's sitting at 33 degrees Celsius, whatever that is in Fahrenheit. And it's just that September grind of Japanese weather where it stays hot the whole time. There is no relief. Although, again, you can see the air conditioning in the Kokugikan, just that next level above the other venues. Not a lot of fans about. Everyone's wearing pants, which we like to see.
Yeah.
People looking very, very comfortable there.
Having a good time on day one of Aki Basho, and why wouldn't you? When Shimanoumi's about to face up against Tokihayate. Tokihayate down early. Staring him off. Keen to go, and he comes forward. He gets a left hand on the mawashi of Shimanoumi. He doesn't let up, but Shimanoumi's able to break that, but it is too late. He is on the edge, and he is over. So day one win for Tokihayate.
Brilliant stuff. Shimanoumi. He was just a little bit slow on the response here. As we take the replay, you'll see that Tokihayate was just all on top of him early. I mean, you could say that Shimanoumi did well to stay in this bout as long as he did, but he was completely overwhelmed just by the speed and movement of Tokihayate. Lots to like about that on day one. Oshidashi win for him. So PBJ, apparently we just say JJ, so that's...
Oh, JJ, nice.
That's good. That's going to be easy to remember. The
JJ,
third
great.
letter in your Twitch handle, that's the letter we say
I'm
twice.
definitely going to remember that.
Well, it's better than me saying PP. I'll know not to say that.
If anyone else wants to be called anything different from what we're seeing on the screen, please let us know, especially Monster Dong 420. We don't mind calling you that.
Oh, I do.
We're Australian.
All right, next bout of the day, Shiden up against Hakuyozan. They have a 3-2 record against each other. That goes Shiden's way. Shiden at Juryo 11 for this Basho, 31 years old. Would you believe it, Juryo 11 is fighting at his highest rank ever after that powerful 8-7 performance back in July where... You know, I mean, he didn't have a great start. He was 1-3 after the first 4 days, but really got it together to finish strongly, winning the last winning 4 of the last 5 days.
Well, I'm so glad on my side to be introducing Hakuyozan to you in this important bout of day one. He went 6-9 in July at Juryo 7. He did all right. Still fighting injury, fighting to get back in form after the Yusho, which we keep mentioning, but maybe needs to be struck off the cards now because it was back in 2021. How much do you keep pinning your hopes on a Juryo Yusho win when you haven't managed to make it out of Juryo in 2 years?
Oh, well, I mean, that's an interesting question. I think you could probably stretch that out 3 or 4 years. It's a very hard thing to achieve for Juryo. You show things have to go right for you and things have to go wrong for 13 other guys around you. No, it's more than that. It's twice that. 27.
Yep. We know how sumo works.
Well, do we?
Does anyone?
Let's not answer that. No, well, does anyone?
Does anyone?
No.
Nobody knows. Well, the people collected here today.
Well, they do. Maybe we shouldn't be asking that question.
You all do.
Shiden, 31 years old, went through the Nihon University system.
Not the sports science.
No,
Can't
no.
use a
He went
Bunsen
for
burner.
more traditional arts, humanities subjects, from what I hear.
I loved chemistry. I think that's why I always associate, even after having done physics, chemistry was my vibe. That's why I always think of Bunsen burners. Loved mixing up some chemicals.
All right. Shiden, Hakuyozan, get ready to go here. Hakuyozan pushes under Shiden, keeping his center of gravity high, and that is perfectly
Nice.
executed
Nice.
Oshi Sumo from Hakuyozan. I mean, I'm a bit surprised at Shiden here.
Yeah, couldn't really manufacture very much against that. I mean, he's a big guy too. Hakuyozan, fairly massive. He's in a massive category, I think. But Shiden, real chunky as well. But it was a Nodowa that eventually just moved him back step
No,
by
I
step.
mean-
That was just a solid sumo.
Wasn't it? I mean, just exploits that his arms are longer, perfectly delivered
Yep.
Nodowa attacks.
And I guess Shiden didn't try anything tricky here. He
Wow.
just sort of allowed himself to be. He was just out pushed.
Well, he didn't really have a chance. And I mean, the Hakuyozan can be a frustrating Rikishi to watch.
He can.
When you see him in this kind of form, he looks so good. Now, we're going to stop talking about that because we have probably what I'm going to call the marquee bout of Juryo
Hype
Day 1.
bout.
We have Mr. Sumo, a.k.a. Chiomaru, up against the Clown Prince, a.k.a. Akua. I mean, two boys in green. Two boys who understand that sumo, the real sumo happens off the dojo. And they understand that sport equals entertainment and entertainment equals sport.
PR people's love.
Well, like my question is, where are the banners here?
Yeah.
I mean, this is one that, I mean, I'm assuming they're beaming this live into schools, aren't they?
Oh, I hope so. Just this one. Just stop, kids. It's whatever time it is then.
Well-
3:57 minus 2 hours. It's one.
To be about
1:57. 2 hours
2:57.
behind.
Well, they would have to get the kids into school on Sunday, which I
Oh, Sunday.
support.
I forgot about Sunday.
I think this
already.
is the best bout. This is about best enjoyed in a learning context.
Get kids into school.
Yep.
Switch on Chiomaru versus Akua, and the learning is done for the day.
Well, some would argue the term or
For
the
the
semester.
term. Let the kids go home and just enjoy playing in the woods.
That sounded very, very dark and foreboding.
Get out on the streets, play more,
Yeah,
spend more time
true.
outside, etc.
Well, I see. So the lesson you take from this is stay young, be creative, be curious, play.
Embodied in both of these
Oh, exactly.
men. You have to
Yeah.
say.
I mean, when I saw, well, you were there, when I saw the Torakumi come out and I saw Chiomaru and Akua against each other on day 1, I blacked out. You had to splash water on my face to get me up.
Now I just glanced into chat and saw Mean Green Fighting Machine. Which one? They're both. I would say Mean Green Fighting Machines.
And look at
Gotta
that
put
salt.
an S on that.
Wow.
Oh, he's added to
Yeah,
it.
he's added
Has
to
he
it.
added the fist?
Yes.
I'm doing
I-
the fisting
it's,
here. You can't see it
it-
on podcast. But
It's a different
Strange.
it's a different approach to throwing the salt, isn't it? And in many ways, he's made it his own. I can't even remember the name of the other guy who did that.
no, me neither.
No.
He's gone.
I think Akua pioneered.
I think he was the
This
only
move.
guy who threw a massive handful of
Yeah,
salt.
Wow.
Well, what a hype match. I mean, the first 3 I was hyping up before, but this is the actual best match of Juryo Chiomaru versus Akua. Chiomaru ducks to his left there, gets on the other side of Akua. He's trying to push him over the Tawara, but he can't do it. There's just a lot of head slapping here. Akua gets in the best position, but Chiomaru throws him down to the side. Experience prevails here. Chiomaru not worried about the salt, not worried about the Clown Prince. He gets a win on day one.
Yeah, not as funny as I was hoping for, but some very solid sumo from Chiyomaru. See on the replay here, Akua was trying to get something around the side here, but I don't know, on his day, Chiyomaru can be very, very hard to move.
I'm looking for any kakanage attempts here, and I can't see it. He's not using the legs, only to power himself forward.
I think Chiyomaru controlled space quite effectively here, did not let Akua get within kakanage range, which I think is a very, very wise move. The winner today, Chiyomaru. What a great way to start for him at Juryo 10.
I don't mind it. Who else in chat doesn't mind it? I like a Chiyomaru Mr. Sumo win on day one. He is just clinging on to his Mr. Sumo status. He's not going anywhere. And that's a win for him. Next up we have Takakento against Chiosakaya. It's a 4-3 record between these two. Chiosakaya at his highest rank of Juryo 8 after an amazing 8-7 at Juryo 10.
Yeah. Well, both of these Rikishi coming in with both sides of that Nana short, Nana high record. So Takakento on your left, 7 and 8 last time from Juryo 8 sees a predictable one rank slide down to Juryo 9 there. 27 years old, Takakento from Kumamoto, a place we'll be visiting in November.
Yep, we'll be bringing you sumo from Fukuoka. Visiting Shodai's hometown as a tribute.
We will be. I mean, one of the things that we've done a little bit of research on, I think we've got it right, is we are going to try to recreate the Shodai sipping white wine down by the ocean shot.
Yeah. I think we found the place.
We've found the place.
Yeah.
We have found the place.
Can we get any white wine is the question.
Oh, we'll bring our own. There are convenience stores, I'm sure.
Bring some Jacob's Creek over. Maybe we'll treat ourselves to a Penfolds.
Well, we see a fair bit of cupping on that left shoulder of Takakento. Often,
yeah, he loves a cup. How many cups? A 1 cup?
Often, well, I mean, they say it's to relieve stagnant blood, which I don't understand a lot about.
Because doesn't it draw all the blood to that location, making it more stagnant?
Yeah, I'm not sure that's how blood works, but again, I'm not a doctor.
Oh, how does blood work?
Well, let's not get into it now.
Right.
Chiosakaya bringing a lot of attitude to the white line as they get ready to go. Takakento has the stomach out. Oh, Abema.
Oh, they cut to it late?
Cut to it late.
Disappointing.
Takakento down first and a nice little mutter there. Little apology.
Sorry.
Yeah, well.
He accepts the apology.
Chiosakaya gets another go. The Abema vision switcher gets another go, and that's the camera person that's let them down this time as we see the presentation of the stomach.
Pan up.
Here we go. Chiosakaya coming forward, but it's all Takakento. Ooh, boy. What happened there?
Just did he think it was a mata or?
Didn't look like the greatest touchy eye. I'm wondering if Chiosakaya is carrying an injury there, because as soon as there was some resistance off it,
I
he
think he
walked
was.
backwards.
Yeah, maybe. Was he taken by surprise? No, he wasn't. No, he just tried to back off, perhaps. But
no,
you're
I
right.
just think
Maybe that arm wasn't working, or.
Oh, I think it might be a downstairs issue.
Could be. Plenty of those.
Takakento. One of these Rikishi who won't flick their hair back.
No.
That's
never.
my kind of Rikishi.
If he gets to Makuuchi and he starts flicking his hair back, we'll know that
No,
he's arrived.
He will not. Well, this next bout.
Yeah.
It's quite an interesting matchup.
Now we were. Oh, I see. Maybe that was why they were showing this guy earlier.
This is for sure Shishi's brother.
Oh, could be.
Gotta be.
Big support for Ukraine here.
Yeah, the Abema, before we started streaming, they had camera trained on that young man for quite a long time. And does look a bit like Shishi.
Could be the family coming over.
It could be.
I'm always the one to assume that the people they're focusing on is the family, so why not? Shishi's brother in the house officially. He comes up against, and it was so lovely to see him step back on the doyo, speaking personally from a deep love of this guy, Ichiyamamoto. He's back, and he was going to be matched up against his Juryo 7 partner, Wakataka Kage, who's fallen down to that rank, but of course he's still out, and he didn't get the chance to fight his, what do you call it? His hero.
His hero.
That's the word. So instead he has to settle for Shishi. He has to think that he has a chance here. Shishi not quite living up to the reputation that he set up for himself at the start.
I think JJ just put in chat, I want Ichiyamamoto to get back into the top division. He's my boy. I think there's a lot of people who like what Ichiyamamoto is about. This Juryo look doesn't feel right.
For Ichiyamamoto. You're right.
No, it's not like he's had a great time in Makuuchi recently.
No, they're still including him in the videos that everyone makes before the Basho because he's such a personality guy. So can he translate this into sumo? He comes forward. Shishi's arms are flailing. He stopped Ichiyamamoto's attack here. Ichiyamamoto stumbling around a little bit, but he's still on his feet, and it's him who gets Shishi back over the Tawara. I have to let a little bit of emotion through there because this is a huge win for Ichiyamamoto.
You did good. You broke our Sumo Mainichi neutrality there.
I'm sorry. I just went a little bit and I'm going to dial it back now.
It's in our policies. You're right. Here, Ichiyamamoto looked very unstable on his feet, which is unfortunately a bit of a trademark of his sumo of late. Showed some good reactions here to stay in it. Good to see just him outpace Shishi here with those attacks. And a great way for him to open up his campaign this time round, the campaign to get back to the top division. Yeah, good stuff. So
Great stuff.
Poor Shishi's brother, though.
Yeah. Yep.
Not seeing a win on day
come
one.
All the way over, but hopefully he's here in town for a few days and he can back it up and see a couple of wins from Shishi. Formal apology from this half of Sumo Mainichi against the bias for Ichiyamamoto there. I'd like to formally apologise to Shishi's brother, Shishi, and the rest of the family.
I think it's the first time ever that we've shown bias.
Oh,
so
absolutely.
That's not a bad record.
I have never mentioned Shodai in a positive fashion before.
All right, on your screen at the moment, Shimizumi, the 27-year-old, up against Azumaryu, who 36 years old. Is in the sunset of his career, you would say, Azumaryu.
Yes. I wondered whether he was going to retire in between July and what are we? September? Aki?
Yeah. There's been injury concerns, hasn't been fighting as freely as he would have liked. And today I think he's up against an opponent who will test him. I have a lot of time for Shimizumi. I think he's a very, very strong competitor. On your screen, we're seeing Azumaryu's top Kimarete from back in July, which is a statistic that no one asked for.
Shimizumi, he got up to his highest rank of Juryo 3 in July and went 5 and 10. But we saw him have a good time getting there. He had 4 Kachikoshi in a row. They weren't outstanding Kachikoshi. He just worked his way, workmanlike up there. Often has a good start to a Basho. Shimizumi comes out firing.
Isn't it? Yeah, but I mean that loss streak in July, I think he went 7 losses in a row.
What happens on day 3 or 4 that makes him think negative? Does he think he doesn't deserve the success?
I mean, it almost always comes down to self-belief.
Exactly.
Yeah, it looks like they're ready to go here. You just see that height advantage that Azumaryu brings into this bout. Azumaryu down first, got the left hand on the belt of Shimizumi, but Shimizumi resists, powers Azumaryu back.
Wow.
And with his own left hand grip, wins that battle on the belt. Powerful sumo from Shimizumi today.
You go through so many thoughts during a bout, and it happens so quickly. So I was like, yes, the left hand on, so strong here. But then Azumaryu, he's so big, he's so tall. How's somebody small like Shimizumi going to move him back? And he showed exactly how. He got low, he's smaller, he got down underneath the big bulk of Azumaryu, and he was able to take him back. He just didn't let up. He never let Azumaryu push back and get back into the fight there.
Interesting insight from Tim Sumo here about Shimizumi being a double inside belt specialist, and then also that he is a rikishi who flies under the radar.
Yep.
So that any strategies you can concoct against Shimizumi, you've forgotten about.
Yeah, you're never thinking about
You look at the
him.
radar,
Yeah.
and you don't
Like,
see
who
him.
have you got today? You're not sure. Like, you
Like,
wake up and you're like, oh, who have I got today?
Oh my gosh, Shimizumi, is that
Can't remember.
Shimanoumi?
Yeah. I
Which
remember
is,
him.
yeah, well, of course. You're thinking easy win.
Easy. And then you go out without your full force
Yeah.
and you lose because it's Shimizumi instead.
On your screen at the moment, Okinawan native Churanoumi in at Juryo 5. After that, 8 and 7. Back in July, another rikishi who had a loss of 6 losses in a row, but closed strongly. A road to Kachikoshi specialist. He got 4 wins. So he went from 4-7 to 8-7. Respect, Churanoumi. And at Juryo 5, not his highest rank, but not far off. His highest rank is Juryo 3, which he achieved back in January 2021.
Bushozan, someone who I'm going through a personal journey with. I don't know if anyone identifies with me here, but someone who you invest in a bit, you really like, you enjoy their sumo, you sort of, I mean, definitely not. I'm not barracking because
Hey.
I'm entirely neutral.
Remember the neutrality policy.
Yep. But there's something there. And then they, they
All you
fail
need-
you a little bit.
You can get around the policy by
Yeah,
going,
how can I?
people say that Bushozan is a great rikishi.
It's somewhat thought that. One may think that. Bushozan.
Well, you've just got to say someone else said it, as long as it's not me. Because
Okay,
that would
Tim
also...
Sumo said that Bushozan got to Magashira 14 and then Magashira 16 and failed both times and was an eternal disappointment.
That's damning.
Yeah.
That is
Tim, why would you say
absolutely
that?
damning.
Yeah, the both times he's got up to the Magashira ranks, he's gone 5-10 and 3-12. So hasn't managed to take that Juryo form. And the Juryo form is 9-6, it's 10-5. His two
Yeah.
most recent Juryo scores, and he can't take them into Makuuchi. Does he need to speak about this to a specialist? Fear of success, that's my new thing.
Fear of success. Interesting.
Got to believe in yourself. Fear of success. You
Yeah,
can
maybe-
do it, Bushozan.
Maybe that's the excuse I'm going to start using.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I'm just scared of success.
Someone says that you have a fear of success.
Yeah, I'm not unsuccessful. I'm just scared of success.
I could do it. I could do it.
Yeah, I could if I wanted, yeah, but I'm scared.
And being scared is okay, Bushozan. You can do it. He's back from the Shikiri Sen. Churanoumi is down, Churanoumi low, coming at Bushozan's body, and as often happens, Bushozan, he's rolled down to the ground. He goes too low. His opponents know what to do with that rotund body that is so low, so tempting to throw down.
Yeah. I mean, when Bushozan burst onto the scene only a few years ago, the Takakeisho comparisons came in. And I think what we saw today is why those comparisons don't quite work, because Bushozan doesn't have that innate stability. And we see him here, he overcommits a little bit, his weight is forward. Yeah, and in the end, an easy slap-down win for Shimanoumi. Well, we're getting towards the end of the card. We've got 4 bouts to go in Juryo. And despite our campaigns to make Juryo longer...
Sternly worded letters sent to the
well,
JSA.
we started off with friendly worded letters, then went sternly worded letters, and neither approach has worked. And we're stuck with this too short Torakumi. But our 4th, the pen ultimate. Is that how that works? Bout is...
Hang on. Pen. No, you're right.
Oshoma versus Tohakuryu.
Tohakuryu, he is coming in with a Makekoshi. Hasn't been at his highest rank since last year in November in Fukuoka, which I always feel obliged to say we'll be at this November.
Absolutely.
He got all the way up to Juryo 1. He nearly cracked it into Makuuchi, and when I say nearly, he went 5 and 10. So believe in yourself, Takashori.
Don't fear success.
Don't fear success.
His opponent today, Oshoma, maybe another Rikishi who fears success, burst onto the scene at the end of 2021, and who could forget November 2022, that 11-4 Juryo Yusho from Juryo 12. Absolutely hot stuff. That elevated him to the top of Juryo, but in the last 12 months, he's been around that Juryo 3, Juryo 4 position.
Yep.
As we take a beautiful shot of just someone who's printed out
the Sumo DB picture of Tohakuryu.
Sumo DB photo. I mean, I do sometimes feel that the DIY sumo merch community is keeping the printer ink industry afloat at the moment.
The dot matrix printer. String a few of those together, you can get a really long thing going across.
Well, actually, that would work for banners, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, it looks like the Gyorji's ready for some sumo, as are we. No, he's not ready. He needs more hype.
All right, well, I want to speak more about the Tohakuryu fan because I feel like it's his family.
It's his family?
Well, maybe.
Okay.
Where's Tohakuryu from? Oh, he's from Tokyo.
Okay.
So it could be.
Well, as we see, like, some beautiful footage from the Abema camera person there, just really casting the gaze on Tohakuryu's body, the form, the silhouette. I don't know if you can describe camera work as sensual, but we definitely saw that then. Beautiful smooth panning, great stuff. Keep up the good work. Well, Gyorji ready. Points the gunbai forward. Fair bit down, but mostly forward. Here it comes. Tohakuryu in absolutely no hurry. Oshoma down underneath, pulls Tohakuryu.
The puller becomes the pulled.
Yeah. What happened there? That felt like Oshoma was watching that bout in slow motion.
Yeah, I loved that from him. He was absolutely ready for it. Didn't want any funny business on day one. Didn't want to have to match up his strength. Aware of whatever's going on with his body at the moment. Locked that hand around the head. And a beautiful tumble.
What?
Sensual tumble from Tohakuryu. Captured on Abema very well. Now, we've got something controversial in chat. I think I'm going to have to scroll up to find it 1 second.
Oh, hello, Dr. Ben Marshman, joining us in the chat today. Hello.
Ultimate, penultimate, anti-penultimate, pre-anti-penultimate. So you've learnt something today.
Hang on, that's not real, is it?
I think it's real. That taps into my learning. Now, we're not allowed to mention any movies that appear on this time around because nobody sees them. So when we comment on them, nobody's seen what the movie is.
Well, I think this is a car ad. Gee, this car looks good. No, it's all powered on electricity.
Oh, it's electric
no,
power.
It's for...
Who likes electric power?
Yeah. Shall we talk a little bit about Makuuchi? And maybe we can do this thing where we make predictions and then forget about them.
Oh, yep.
Who will win?
Damn, I was going to ask you first. You got to go
well,
first.
I'm going to, like I did last time, I think Hoshoryu is on a tear. I don't think there's anyone that can stop him. Now that we know that Terunofuji's out, I think Hoshoryu is unbeatable at the moment.
Yeah.
What's your call?
Well, I would say that Hoshoryu's two issues are Hakuoho and Terunofuji. And now that Terunofuji and Hakuoho are out, and we've heard some news about Terunofuji and even more issues with him, then I think it's got to be Hoshoryu.
Corey, you've just said something in the chat that flashed through my mind before, but I'm like, I'm not going to say that. But thank you for being brave to say pen, pineapple, pen, ultimate pen. Great stuff. That's really, really good. So put in the chat, who's going to win the Yusho this time around?
Monster Dong 420, is that a prediction for the Yusho, or is that just because the great man is on the screen, Wakamoto Haru? I have my doubts about him this time around, but I'm looking forward to him working his way back into my heart. Not sure he's quite in the form for it. Is Takakento?
Well, is Takakento?
Yeah.
I mean, if Takakesho's fit, who knows? We've got Nishikigi on screen at the moment. He might give people a scare.
Tomasuri Nishikigi.
Yeah, huge. Daisho, he's there. He's always a threat. If things go right, he could be there on day 15 holding the big macaron aloft.
Tobizaru, he is up against Kirishima today. And in case you've forgotten, the record between these two is astounding. It's 7-10 Tobizaru's way, so that's the ultimate bout of the day.
That's wild. Sumo punks, they're calling it an Abi Yusho, as we call it a Yabi.
Yabi Yusho.
An Abi Yusho. That's very brave. A very, very brave call. And we are seeing a few brave calls in there, as has been called out.
Mitakumi from Magashira 11.
Oh, jeez, I'd love to see that.
Well, he said that he wants it. So
has he?
Our
he did.
Sumo episode.
Yeah, true.
In August, we talked about that. So he's maybe just starting to recover from all the issues in his life. And he's come out and said, not only do I want to do better than whatever he did, 2 and 14 or 3 and 12, 2 and 14.
He somehow managed to lose a bout on the final day in the car park when he was getting in the car.
How did I ever study science? But he wants to win a Yusho again.
Yeah, and I'd love to hear this positive talk from Mitakumi. Yeah. It's the, well, we were talking before about the fear of success. I mean, here we have the unrealistic expectation of success. I need that in my life.
Yeah, I like that too. Yeah. I like that more.
I like it more too.
I mean, that's the Akua style, right?
Yeah, yep.
Just, I'm going to say, I'm the man. Or the,
I am the man. Or
you have to be the woman.
The person. Tomokaze.
Yes.
In our pineapple pen ultimate bout up against Midorifuji. The two Juryo 3s stepping up onto the doyo. Tomokaze, Juryo 3. Love it. It's the 10-5 that he posted in July was rewarded handsomely with this huge bump up the Banzuke to Juryo 3. In July, I think Tomokaze will look back on, and the sumo community will look back on as being an important...
It might be the time, right?
Yeah.
The best time.
It might have been the best time. It clicked for him. It's very well known that he fights with an ankle that is barely functional, but just through sheer spirit, sheer determination, he finds a way to win. Was that 10-5 the absolute culmination of that of that spirit. Time will tell. Jeez, is that right? So 8 of his wins came last time from Hataki Komi? That's a hugely concerning statistic if that's true.
Yeah.
Well, he was on the back foot a lot.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the suggestion was perhaps that if you just come forward at him, it's a big problem. If you manage to lock up and start pushing him back, if you don't let him slip away.
Well, if you don't let him slap you down.
Yeah, that's right. There's an actual thing that he's doing there, and it's the Hataki Komi slap down. Midorifuji, he went down from Juryo 2 to 3 with a 6 and 9. That was after his drop from the Maegashira ranks from May to July with a 5 and 10. He managed to stay there for 3 Basho this time, but here he is back in Juryo again. I think Midorifuji, he's a Juryo stalwart. He's fine here. Just have a bit of a go. Try your best.
So a lot of love for Tomokaze in the chat. Tim pointing out that Tomokaze was a Hataki Komi merchant before the injury. Interesting.
Well, that's good. I mean, that's useful once he got the injury then.
Oh, exactly.
He's just like, I can keep going.
I know what to do.
I know how to get out of the way.
Well, Midorifuji, he would have watched the tapes. He knows what's coming here, but he's the kind of Rikishi that can combat that potential slap down. He doesn't know. He's going to wander back to the corner, have a think about it. I've got to say, day one Tokyo crowd this time around.
Yeah, they're not really going for it, are they?
Do they not know that convenience stores sell alcohol?
Yeah, do they not know they sell the strong lemon?
Do they know about the strong lemon?
Yeah.
Do they know about the tall highball cans?
I'll write a strongly worded letter to the Tokyo Day 1 crowd.
Oh, and you just simply put wow, look at that shot of the taping there. I mean, I wouldn't even call that taping. That's a reinforced sock.
You could put some electrical stimulus in there and just make it go forward.
Okay, maybe. Mind controlled. Love it. Okay, we're taking a different angle of the action here from Abema as Tomokaze and Midorifuji face up. Yeah, Midorifuji, eyes locked on Tomokaze, makes him wait. They stand up, get ready to go again.
He knows there's some business about to go down here from Tomokaze.
Yeah, exactly.
So
I do think Midorifuji has that ability to be patient here. I think this is coming from a place of power rather than nervousness. But again, what would I know?
You know.
No, I don't know. Midorifuji around on the left hand, can't find it. Tomokaze fights back, but it's all Midorifuji here. Tomokaze, not much he could do there as the wave of Midorifuji crashed down on the coastline that we know as Tomokaze, and he steps over the Tawara.
Yeah, perhaps what we might expect to happen if Tomokaze is taken head-to-head and not allowed to slip away. Midorifuji was ready for it, was watching very carefully, went for the left hand on the belt, couldn't get it. But because Tomokaze had taken himself away and close to the Tawara, Midorifuji helped himself to a win.
I'd be very interested to get Chat's opinion on Midorifuji's day one moustache.
Oh, yeah.
It's well established for day one.
Yeah.
And I imagine that he might be the kind of Rikishi that has a superstition about not shaving. Are we going to be seeing full 70s disco funk
long mo
moustache?
Yeah. I can imagine that on Midorifuji for some reason. Yeah. Good sidebands. The man can grow hair.
He looks like a guy who could ride a motorbike. Even on day one. I mean, it's extraordinary.
Have to be a big motorbike, big powerful
Hell
one.
yeah.
Transport that guy around. We have Kitanowaka up against Daiamami for the, I'm going to call it the penultimate bout.
Yes,
but is it really?
I think we can. Slow sensual pan up the body of Kitanowaka, the 22-year-old. Every time his age comes up on the screen, so young.
Does he never age? He never ages.
Well, he doesn't age. And I feel like he's been in my life for much, much longer.
I agree. You know how Takahashi, you always think he's 23.
Yeah.
But he's like Obviously not. He's aged like 5 years now.
Yeah, he's aged the right amount of
Yeah,
years.
this guy doesn't age.
No, he doesn't, does he?
Did he? When we started watching, was he 17 or something?
He was 18. So that's probably why. So Kitanowaka, he went 10-5 from Juryo 5 in July and only finds himself at Juryo 2. Interesting and wrong. But he is fighting at his highest rank now of Juryo 2. I mean, I've always thought that Kitanowaka has Makuuchi written all over him. It's destined.
Yep. I would like to see him in there. I don't have a problem with it. I don't have a strong feeling one way or the other.
Well, that's the policy.
Yeah.
Can't have a strong feeling.
Correct. I'm finally down with it.
Some people have said that Kitanowaka has Makuuchi written all over him.
Obviously, I'm not one of those.
Oh, well, I'm not, because of the policies we have here.
Daiamami, he had a cracker in July. He came up against Midorifuji and lost for Midorifuji to grab that Yusho out from under his nose. But very good work from him. Went 11-4 in the end at Juryo 9. Would have loved to go up to Juryo 1, I reckon, but here he is at Juryo 2.
Well, Daiamami's got some friends in the box today.
Yes.
Normally sits by herself. She's got a few...
Sister, aunt, stepsister, cousin. Don't know why none of these guys can have just friends or fans.
I mean, your ability to pick out extended family of these Rikishi, it's second to none.
Second cousin, sorry. I just had another look. Definitely second cousin. Do you know your second cousins?
Is that a cousin of a cousin?
I don't know.
Why did we bring it up?
I don't know.
I know my pen cousins. That was the stupidest thing I've said. Well, it's actually not, and it wouldn't even crack the top 20.
I didn't even comment. I didn't even take a breath to comment.
Thank you for being neutral on that, as per the policy.
I just did not react. No reaction there from me.
Great stuff. Very, very professional. Yeah, look, this Tokyo crowd.
Yeah.
I know it's hot outside.
Well, I think it's a day one. People come who want to see day one of sumo. Do you know what I mean? They're not always sumo fans.
Sumo scholars.
They don't understand it.
Or are they corporate?
They're just, no, they're entertainment scholars.
Oh, okay.
It's like, I want to go and see this thing that's a...
Yeah, well,
thing,
I mean,
you know.
If you understand any relationship between the spectacle and the crowd, put in.
I think you should have to prove yourself on day one to get tickets.
Totally.
You should have to say, this is how much sumo I've watched. You should have to answer some questions, some facts about Rikishi.
You do a breathalyzer.
Oh,
They test your blood alcohol content, and if it's under 0.01, they kick you out.
It is time for Kitanowaka v Daiamami. Kitanowaka down first. Daiamami just really working that left leg, getting it in the right position. Is it right?
Whoa.
Doesn't know yet.
What's going on?
No. Kitanowaka's ready. And they slap together. Daiamami left hand, but Kitanowaka has the left hand as well. He has both hands, in fact, but it is Daiamami. Oh, who takes him back. Kitanowaka turns around.
Oh, Kitanowaka.
And he is pumped about rolling Daiamami down to the dirt. Daiamami covered in dark dirt. This is a win for Kitanowaka, a very good one.
Wow, what a great bout there from both Rikishi. Daiamami, I thought he had the position.
Me too.
I thought he had the power.
Yep.
But let's have a look at this replay here. How does Kitanowaka reverse this momentum? As we see the left hand of Daiamami go straight on the belt, but great response from Kitanowaka here. Gives himself just enough purchase as he moves back.
Oh.
Wow, I mean, that is a classy right-hand belt throw from Kitanowaka. And doesn't he know it?
Sometimes it's about the momentum and taking that into account, but here I think it was brute strength from Kitanowaka.
I think it was a little bit of both. I think as we saw him move back, he was in complete control. Knew he had that right hand. Gee, that was a real treat for sumo scholars on day one.
And Tim Sumo calling that Kitanowaka will be in Makuuchi for November.
Jeez, okay, timestamp that.
I like it. We've popped a timestamp in there. on Sumo Mainichi Juryo coverage. We might be seeing him in Makuuchi.
Well, it's time to whack the wooden sticks together 3 times because this is our final bout in Juryo. Roga up against Tenshoho, the 2 Juryo ones, finishing off what has been an absolute treat of
Great
sumo
day.
action
Great day.
today from Juryo. I mean, Juryo never lets you down.
Could stop watching now. Couldn't.
Oh, you could. I could.
Tenshoho.
Tenshoho, tell us about Tenshoho.
Just, I feel like he's becoming a popular Rikishi.
People have said he's a popular Rikishi.
I've heard on the sumo grapevine that he's a popular Rikishi. He's got a pre-match ritual of the clamp down of the jaw. Everyone loves that. What
do we call that? The towel biting. What is that? Has anyone come up with a name for that?
Has it got a name? Towel biting.
Yeah, that doesn't have a lot of great rings.
His last 5, Basho including this one, have been at his highest rank. So it took a little bit of time to get there, but now he has arrived. Once he arrived at Makushita 1, it was just up from there. He's found something and got 3 Kachikoshi in a row, the last one in July 10-5. Another guy who would have loved to go straight up to Makuuchi from that. And I think it's probably happened before, but there were there were not enough places actually for him to go.
JJ has perfectly encapsulated the Roga journey in Juryo. It's a grind. He has put up now 5 Kachikoshi winning records. 9-6, 9-6, 8-7, 9-6, 8-7 to find himself at Juryo 1. There's something very consistent about Roga's approach to sumo, his style. Is this the time? He's walked up to the doorstep. He's knocking on the door.
Knock, knock, knock.
Will
Who's there?
Makuuchi answer?
Yes. Hopefully. 2 amazing comments here. Hazel, the Tenshoho tasty towel.
Oh, the tasty towel.
Tasty towel. We're calling it that now. Just got to remember.
Is
Timestamp.
Is Hazel suggesting that the towel's been dipped in some kind of dashi or stock?
What would be the best thing for it to be dipped in? Soy sauce.
I mean, soy sauce is a very strong flavour.
I like it. And also, Monster Dunk 420, you heard from yourself that Tenshoho is extremely... Sorry.
Oh.
Yes, Tenshoho is extremely likeable and talented.
Right, okay.
I agree. That's how I hear my best things as well from myself.
Yeah,
Totally agree with that sentiment.
I did see you talking to yourself in the mirror saying Tenshoho is quite skilled and talented. And I thought,
Me and Monster Dunk 420,
why are you doing that?
it. We know it. We know it.
Okay, the second use of the split screen. Interesting. We're bookending.
Okay, so...
Juryo with the split screen
What was
trial.
the first one?
It was the second bout of the day.
Onosato Asakoryu, and then they've gone with Juryo 1. That's fair enough.
It looks like they're ready to go. Tenshoho down. We didn't see the tasty towel, or I was talking over it. Tenshoho comes forward. He's all out of control, and Roga
No. I mean, yes.
scoops up.
Both.
Roga scoops up the lackluster Tenshoho Tachiai. Picks up the win there. And, wow, that bout I feel completely neutral about.
Tenshoho just didn't nail his tachiai,
I
actually. You don't see that often, that the tachiai... I mean, plenty of tachiai go awry, but that was like almost a missed... like an own goal or a...
I agreed.
What do you call it in tennis?
Unforced error.
Unforced error. That
Yep.
he just went out in the wrong direction or something and missed the tachiai, and so he was on the back foot from there, and Roga, he's just going to punish that every day of the week,
Exactly.
decade,
Exactly.
century.
Well, here we see on the screen.
Get Roga, nerd.
続いて剣翔東京都出身
Wow, that's absolutely brutal. And I feel,
JJ.
that's great stuff.
Yes.
Oh, the Makuuchi Rikishi coming in for their Doyo Iri.
Love these boys. Kageaki coming up. Tommy Fuji. The shoulder, I'm a bit worried about that right shoulder. We saw that in his little pre-interview that they're showing on
青森県出身伊勢ヶ濱部屋
Well, Well,
Well, Abema.
Twitter. The JSA Twitter, perhaps?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how Midorifuji goes. I think I said last time that he's going all the way, but I'd had a few drinks, so... And also, I heard someone else say that. I spoke to someone else. They told me that I said that.
Oh, yeah.
And then now I can say it and remain
That's
completely neutral.
pen spoken about. Pineapple pen spoken about.
All right.
Kitanowaka,
Thank
he
you.
just got engaged. I won't stop.
Well,
just keep going.
one fact about every Rikishi who steps up. There's Takahashi with the Charlie Chaplin Keshomawashi. What does that mean?
That he can play piano. Okay. That's the end of tonight.
Don't think Charlie Chaplin could play piano.
Yeah, he can.
Can he?
Have you? I think so.
He was in silent movies, so it might have looked like he was playing piano.
Am I going crazy? I think he can.
You would know better than I. Anyway, we'll pick that up on our Patreon episode.
Yep.
Great piano players of the silent movie era. Thank you so much for joining us on Sumo Mainichi today.
Thanks
for
everyone.
hanging out.
Absolute legends. We love our Juryo crowd. We'll see you on the podcast. And see you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah.